Hey everybody, I'm back, believe it or not. Been a long time. Today I had a lot of response on this banner. So I'm going to show you how to do one. First off, eFavorMart has these. And they're table runners. They're 108 inches long, 12 inches wide. That's what we're going to use. Now, to get started, I printed, first off, I cut my paper down the side to where it's exactly 12 inches wide. Then I set my printer paper preference to user defined and did the 12 inch by whatever. Printed 2 letters on each page. If your printer won't print on these big size, do the 8.5 by 11. Do 1 on each page, and you'll just have to make sure that you get it on there straight. The reason I cut it 12 inches, that way it's easy to line up against the edge of the fabric of the runner and get it all good and straight. Then what I did, let me get you down here where you can see, is I got this, lined this up. I paid attention to the space here in between the 2 letters, okay? And then I tried to match that pretty close. Doesn't have to be perfect, just pretty close. Whoops, I'm moving my paper. Fumble fingers this morning, sorry guys. Somebody commented on my fancy ruler the other day. It's just a straight edge that I've had forever. It's actually a piece of a bottom of a door frame, but it works good. It's good and straight and sturdy, and I can always find it. Anyway, I've done that to all of these. So let's open up our package. It's nice that they come individually packaged like this. And these are only like $1.49 a piece, y'all. So, really reasonably priced. Come over to the press. I've got my press set at my normal press settings for fabric. I use about 385 on this. On shirts, I go low because I don't want the press marks. I go 350. But for fabric like this or canvas or anything like that, I use 385. If you're using a press with a draw, I suggest not using it. I suggest using the swing. Or if you're using a clamshell, of course, you just use it as is. It's good to have this table, beside you. That way you don't have to worry about. Now go ahead and pull it over about as much as you think you're going to need for your hem, because you're going to want to hem it over using either like the stitchless stuff. Can't even remember what it's called now, but you can use that, or of course just use the sewing machine and press your first. See how having this exactly the width makes it easy to get that straight. Okay, so we're just going to press Also, this fabric is very forgiving, so I'm giving it a little pressure, not a lot, and press for 60 seconds. Now, did you just see what I just did? I didn't put a cover sheet over there. That is a big no-no. Can't believe I just did that. Anyway, we're going to continue on. Just make sure you do the cover sheet each time. And I'm really used to doing this, and I don't always use a spray adhesive or tape. But if your press pops up when you open it, which mine doesn't, so I really don't need it. I do use it sometimes, but not always. But if yours pops up real fast, that's what allows the air to rush in and makes your paper move. So use your spray adhesive for those. Let's see here. Get my first two letters done already. And I'm just going to slide this over to about where I think I need it. And press my first two letters. Line it up with the edge of the fabric best as possible. That way it'll all be straight. Put some cover paper over it. And press. Just press it for whatever you're used to for fabric for your setup. Everyone's is different. All right. Swing it away. Okay, well, my camera ran out of storage, so I had to stop and regroup. But here we go. Here's your second one. And you're just going to keep doing that. And see, the reason I've got the table over here, see how it keeps the fabric nice for you, so it's not pulling down on the side and making it hard to handle. Just once again pull it over to where just the edge of the last image is right at the edge of your press. And get your next two letters. Line it up with the edge of the fabric. Line it up, line the top of your sheet where you trimmed it off up against the edge of the last image. Add your cover. And press. And so on, and so on, and so on. Anyway, we're just going to continue like this. Ooh, that paper was hot. Until you get your design all done. I'll do that and we'll be back. Alright, I got my last letter done. See how nice and easy this press lifts up? It unlocks and then you can lift it as fast or as slow as you want. And that. And that. Alright. Now, let me get over here. We'll just pull it back across. And you can see You saw it as I pulled it. We're all good, all lined up good. And now it's time to trim. Okay. When you're cutting polyester fabric, this is like a polyester twill. Shirt fabric is totally different, but with this twill type stuff and most other polyester fabric that's not stretchy, when you cut it, it frays really bad, worse than cotton ever dreamed of fraying. So what I do is I use the heat cut method. Out of the way. And I'm going to put a piece of glass down. Pick you up a piece of this glass. Most glass shops will cut you a little piece. It's 1/4 inch. I think this is 1/4 inch. It might be 1/8 inch. Anyway, it's fairly heavy glass. It's what they use to make shelving out of. And if you don't have a hot knife, which are kind of expensive, then just go get you a cheap wood burning tool. Let's see, I don't need quite that much. You just want to cut it to where you leave enough on the bottom to put your bottom hem on. And I hope my burner is heated up good. But just pull it across there using decent pressure, and it melts the fibers as it cuts them, and therefore you don't get the fraying. Yay! Now you have this left. You could make at least one garden flag out of it, or another small banner. So let me go get this hemmed up, and I'll be back. Okay, got myself all hemmed up. Or not myself, but you know what I mean. Just made a simple straight stitch across the top and the bottom. Enough room to leave room for a dowel or whatever you happen to have. I'm out of dowels right now, but I do have this little piece of molding, so it'll work just as well. What I'm going to do, that's 12 inches wide. I want a little bit of overhang on both sides, so I'm going to measure this, use my reach, at 15 inches. Mark there. Use the ruler itself for my edge. Mark it. And same thing further down. 15 inches. And I'm going to use my ruler. To mark it. Alright, and cut there and there. Excuse me. Okay, I don't feel like going down to the shop right now. I've got access to a full wood shop down behind the house. But I've got this little hacksaw. I picked it up at, I think, Walmart. Really cheap. I think it was less than $6 or $8 or something like that. And it'll work just fine. Just steady your wood. And just go straight through it. There you go. Do that to the other one, and that'll be that. Okay, I got my two pieces cut. These aren't ideal, and I would go ahead and sand the edges really nice and good. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it like it is, just so I can get this as a finished product for you. It wants to snag everything. Okay, there's the top one. And there's the bottom one. I leave the bottom bigger as well, because like in our case, I would hang it on the front porch and on the post, and I want to be able to wire the bottom to the bottom of the post so that when the wind blows it doesn't whip it everywhere. Alright, there's that. And now we just need a hanger. I'm just going to use a piece of jute. You could use ribbon or whatever you want. Not even going to be real picky about how long it is. But the way I do this is I just go ahead and do a little slip knot on the end of it. Oops. On both sides. You can be neater than me. That's okay. Well, good grief. Bungle. Told you I was fumble fingers this morning. I'm just going to slip those on there. Pull it down tight. Same on the other side. Pull it down tight. Kind of make sure they're even. You probably don't want to string quite that long. So just wrap it around. Or let's go the front way. That way I can staple on the back. You go that way. Wrap around. Yeah, that looks about right. I think on my other one I did a much longer string to start with and double wrapped it. Let me grab my staple gun. Okay. Make sure I'm pull that down. Make sure I'm fairly even on both sides. Get that back up there. Wrap it. Oops, I missed it. Having a hard time hitting the string. Ain't that good? There we go. I wouldn't do that normally, but I did today, so I guess it's all my fumble finger day. Okay. That over. That up. Still missed it. Still missed it. Good grief. Finally got them. I'm gonna need to tack those down. All right. There we go.